How to make 100K a year in passive income. Many of you are asking that question, and I have the entire solution. It's based on the Millionaire Maker work, and we're going to sequence you getting there. So I'm going to talk about a few things that are going to help you get started and keep you moving quickly. Number one, we're going to talk about active income and how you use a database to actually really grow and fund that. Number two, how do you leverage partnerships, affiliates, joint ventures to add extra to that so we can go faster in your campaigning? And then number three, how do you really get to passive income from active income? How does it really happen? And I'm going to tell you at the end my truth about passive income. So let's begin. Passive income is a result of either an amazing, long-standing business plan because you actually have so many teams and so many systems. That's passive. I mean, think about the word passive. Does it mean that you're going to do anything? Like, I don't even believe in passive real estate investing because I have renters. I'll have an Airbnb. That doesn't mean I'm passive. It really depends on your definition of passive. You're going to sit on the couch, eat bonbons, and do nothing, or are you actually going to be overseeing things? So I think that's just a definition you need to get clear in your own mind about. But I can tell you how you're going to get there. Number one, you got to get some active income, right? So how you become a millionaire is you make a lot of money actively and you invest it actively and then becomes passive over time. So you get to become passive with better systems, better teams. And how do you get to make 100,000 actively fast is you actually get a database. So the first two things that I do, I go on the two engines of every company that I start is I get incorporated so I can activate the tax code on this business and I get a database. If you're curious how I do what I do out of this exact database platform, go to askrms.com and I'll show you what I do. I do all of that to grow a database. We have social media inputs. We grow that way. So a lot of you're getting active income from an employee mindset, meaning you're going to build it and you're going to go form some coaching program or some whatever you're going to build. Worse, you think you're going to be an inventor or you're going to build some products, which are actually going to cost a lot of capital to get started. Active income, I want to talk speed. Like, how do you get really fast active income into your system? I want you to go out and ask social media. I want you to say, like I would say, I'm a money expert. How can I help you today with money? And you're going to give me all this feedback. Then I'm going to go build products and services that actually fulfill that for you. And it goes through my database where I can compound and make it, remember, everything you do compounds. So if it's the wrong behavior, it's compounding. If it's the right behavior, it's compounding. So you're just getting more of the worst result or more of the better result. So if you're not getting results doing what you're doing, stop and reset. But a database is how I hold the entire structure of who's interested in the service or product I'm providing for my active income. Now I got to get active income up. I got to make sure I'm incorporated because I want to make sure I pay less taxes. And then I got to pay attention to my investing, which is where your 100,000 in passive income is coming from. But we got to start with this first thing. So how do you ramp up active income beyond 100,000? Because 100 is nice, but it's not enough because I'm going to ask you to hire a team. I'm going to ask you to get systems and structures and do it like a proper business owner, not an emotional entrepreneur. When you leverage, again, there's our database system has affiliate tracking. So I could be on your podcast. You could be on my podcasts. We could do a joint venture together. I support and endorse your stuff. You support and endorse my stuff. You get as somebody who's got a massive database. That's how I won big early in my career. I would go to some of the biggest database holders in the world. I mean, big guys, right? I went straight to Bob Proctor at 21 years old. And by 22, 23, he was endorsing me, supporting me. I had people flooding into my database. Now, if I had just social media followers, which there wasn't a lot of them in that era, because I don't think the social media even existed in that era, there's just been interested people walking on, and I would have had this, an old Rolodex. So this is what it used to be in the 80s and 90s when I was growing up. And now in 2024, it's social media. So how do you get your database moving? You got to get people interested, and you create through that leverage through joint ventures, partnerships, affiliates. Let's just say you're in real estate and you want to do this all in real estate, but you don't have a lot of money and you don't have good credit. Well, then you're the ones going to have to do the work because you got to contribute somehow. So you're either going to bring knowledge or work, like your time, or you're going to be outsourcing the properties, finding the contracts. That's how I began. I did that work. But I also had a small little database coming along from the rich dad, poor dad world. Then I had a different mentor that I paid another 20 grand to. He's telling me exactly how to look at raising capital. How do you use all these people following you and get them to come and join you in a real estate transaction? So I ended up actually doing lots of duplexes, lots of fourplexes. So like you, for example, would have the money and I would do the time and we go buy something together. And then I do it again and again and again. So I built other people's credit and money money using my time and teams, and the more money that we could, get, the faster we could build teams and systems. I cannot tell you, most of you are solopreneurs. You like to do it all by yourself. You like to take a few nuggets from me and think you're going to implement alone. It's not going to work out very well for you because there's a lot of complexities and intrinsic things around it that if you don't know them, you could get hurt legally and financially, and then you're back to nothing. Then you get to be one of those people say, well, Loral, stuff doesn't work. It's like, no, I work, you don't work, because you wanted to do stuff cheap and on your own. So you can't. If you want help and you want 100,000 in passive income, let's go to the third. How do you actually get there? Well, let's just do some simple math. Actually, before we do that and we do simple math and I explain that, why don't you subscribe to my channel and be here every day? And I want you to share it with like 5 or 10 people. I want you here. I want you watching my video. I don't do this because I need to talk. I do this because I need you knowledgeable and educated. You don't have a mindset issue with money. You have a lack of knowledge issue. That's really what you have. So let's get you knowledgeable. So let's just do now simple math as we move to my final point. Let's just say you have $1 million. You somehow have created active income to the tune of $1 million and you put it to work at 12%, right? That's $120,000 a year. Divide by 12 months, that's $10,000. So how do you get to $100,000 on an average of a 12% return? You need $10 million invested at an average of 12% to get you $100,000 in passive income. Welcome to the math. Math doesn't lie, data doesn't lie, people do. So I am going to truth teller, and I'm going to tell you this is how we're going to do it. Now, can you do shortcuts by doing big bursts of capital and cash? Yes. Like I made a bunch during the crypto era. I bought it for $9,000 for Bitcoin. I sold properly, made a chunk that gave me the right and the ability to buy faster. So once you understand, again, anything you do consistently compounds your behavior, good or different. Most of you are making money and spending money. So you got to re-rack that entire pattern and say, I'm going to make it and I'm going to invest it. And I'm going to do it actively in the beginning with the goal of as I get older, wiser, smarter, better teams, more money, I get to do it more passively. And if you think there's another way around it, here's my real truth telling. I don't believe in passive income. I don't think there's anything passive. In fact, I make fun of it in my books because I call it active. You need to be active. And then even if you want to be passive, and I could go away, it's not like I can't do anything, but active means I'm going to passively oversee your activity to take care of my projects. So you're never just sitting there doing nothing. So how about we just all erase this funny little word called passive income and make it active income, because you're mindful, you're knowledgeable, and you're just not going to let stuff happen to you. You are going to create it happening to you the way you design it. So that was a lot in a very short moment. Rewatch this video, share this video, and I'm here every day. If you want to go to askloral.com, AskLoral, ask a question, make a request. I'll be right here.